Welcome to Deeper Than a Disorder, where we take you into the lives of real people living with real disorders, because every diagnosis has a face and a story. We're your hosts, Dr. Ashley Wiley-Johnson
and Dr. George Castle.
Yeah.
It was the one thing that, could keep my mind off of thinking about autism was that I just love cars.
What about the babies?
If it's meant to happen, then it will be.
I thought that football was going to be a way out.
You can't be completely consumed in it.
Let's embark on this enlightening journey together as we go
Deeper than a disorder.
Deeper than a disorder. And remember to follow us, like us, subscribe to our channel, and listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Well, okay, let's get into this now. Our guest for today, since 2002, we've been on this emotional roller coaster. Jamming to her music.
You're thinking about the song in your head too, right? You're thinking about the song.
Emotional. I'm not even gonna. I can't even try to say a little bit. It's just disrespectful if I even tried. But yeah, since 2002, we've been on this journey with you, jamming with your music. And in 2004, a miraculous thing happened, which is that you had your son Jordan, who was born with a rare disorder. It's interesting. Typically, we talk about what the disorder is, and the thing that's so unique about this story and your life that you're living each day is that Jordan has a rare disorder that we don't know what it is. But she has become super mom for sure. At the very least, Jordan and Vivian have really made their mark in terms of advocacy and disability advocacy, and not even focusing on anything related to his disability, but really just focusing on motivating a human.
Yeah.
Which is what it is. I mean, able-bodied, neurodiverse, neurotypical, anybody can receive what you guys call motivational Mondays. Let's take a little listen. So here we are now with Vivian, none other than Jordan's mom. So welcome to Deeper Than a Disorder.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I feel like I've had a great time already, and we just started.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right? You're
Absolutely.
amazing.
Absolutely.
So that's really great.
So Vivian, could you tell us, we want to know about Jordan and the experience that you experienced when you first gave birth to Jordan, and what were those, I say first years, but I know it's probably first moments having him.
Yeah. Well, we can go back even further and start when I was pregnant, because that's when it all really began for me. Just the not knowing.
Yeah.
They told me so many things. I won't even go down that rabbit hole, but I basically thought he wasn't going to survive past a few weeks of me having him. So there was dealing with that, dealing with him moving, and people telling me that I can still terminate, and I'm like, but it's a moving soul in my body, so maybe I'm not going to do that, And I was building up my strength and just preparing for whatever it was going to be, while at the same time trying to be hopeful as well that whatever it was, I could manage it, and that everything they were saying would not be true.
Yeah.
So it was tough. Right. I think pregnancy might have been the toughest part for me as far as my mental health, because I was constantly in a state of prayer. I know this, but like I was constantly in my head, like, please let, like all the time, all day. And I think it became a very lonely place to be, because when people see you, they don't understand like what's going on, like in your mind constantly. Like I have a beautiful soul that's mine that I can feel, and I'm not sure what the outcome of that's going to be. So there's really nothing else on my mind, is what I'm saying. So even if I would go into the world and, you know, be me, whatever that was for that day, in my mind, I'm only thinking about this one thing. And I felt like I was driving myself crazy. Like, maybe you don't have to pray every second.
Right. But sometimes you do.
But yeah. And I remember I did an interview and I was explaining this to whoever it was, I don't remember. And I said, I felt like there were certain points I felt like I didn't want to be here. And then that somehow turned into like some suicidal thing that was never the case. And I'm like, that's not the same thing. Saying you don't feel like it is not the same as I have a plan to do something. Like that's not the same thing. And let's not trivialize people who really go through that.
And a lot of people.
And a lot of people do. So I'm like, I didn't say that. I just said, I don't feel like it, you know?
And that fear of the unknown. And even it's like, I mean, I just think, I don't know why I'm just thinking about Mary carrying Jesus. And like, she had to go through this whole time of not knowing,
like, how did this even,
So that idea now, fast forward to this moment, like, I'm sure it's like the unknown of like, okay, well, what am I expecting? Not like I'm dreading what to expect. It's just, I don't know. And that state of having to be there.
Yeah. So the best thing for me was to just prepare myself for the worst case scenario. And that way I knew whatever it was, I would be okay. So I was doing all the praying and building up my strength, my mental strength, my spiritual strength. So whatever happened, I would be okay. And it was hard to get there, but by the time, you know, my water broke, I knew whatever it was that I was going to be okay. And that was the most important thing for me. Like, if he doesn't make it, then I'm going to love him, hug him, squeeze him until the last moment. And I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to love on him until I can't anymore. But, you know, if he survives, then I'm going to love on him for the rest of his life. It's kind of, you know, so that's where I was. And it was a good place to be. And it's very interesting because people, like, even now, like, if we're in public and we're just like having a good time, like laughing, whatever we're doing, wherever we are, at dinner, at a national park, whatever, and people who they're uncomfortable, it's like a look of, you feel the energy like, well, how can they be happy? Like, and this happens all the time.
The surprise to see you thrive.
Like, how can you, like, how are you so fine and happy? How are you laughing louder than anybody else? How are you? And it's like, because we are fine. Like, that's you.
That's a you problem.
We're good over here. Yeah.
So it feels, that is, I'm sure, a part of the experience.
Oh, yeah, from the beginning. That's what, from the beginning, it was like, you know, I was in a really great state of mind, and the nurses, you know, and doctors did not understand, like, how I could be in that state of mind. Because from the moment he was here, if I was going to love him, I had to exude that. So I was not sad, and I was not in the hospital crying. Like, I just wanted him back whenever they took him. Like, give me my baby back. You know, like, I was not at the hospital depressed at all, and people did not understand that. You know, and like you're saying, it still happens now.
It still
happens. And I find it to be amazing. And Jordan notices it too. You know, he's old enough now; he totally sees it, and we're like, we're over here.
Enjoying.
We're good over here. That's you guys.
And a lot of people can relate to it. I mean, I went through the process. I have 2 kids. And I remember going through the what ifs and the testing and the, well, let's see what happens. And, you know, and I had a few miscarriages, and I had, you know, a lot of unknowns, and I can share that same sentiment where it's like, well, whatever happens, however this baby comes out, I'm gonna love this baby until I can't, go any. And even if the baby doesn't survive, I'm still gonna love this baby.
Yeah, because that's our job.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say how long. No one tells us how long it's going to be, but it's still your job. So I'm going to do this job for as long as I can, and it's the only way. I think it's the only way to not be out of your mind.
Yeah. Well, they always say it's like you can find so much in the fire.
Yeah.
So much in the fire.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, I as a mom, I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I'm like knowing now they're getting older, God willing, everything goes fine, and they keep going. The thing I'm probably thinking about is that transition from, like they're my babies. Yeah. I'm sure they're always going to be my baby, but they'll turn into kids, and then they're going to be teenagers. And so for you, like, what was that like transition like? So hearing,
listen.
Yeah.
Give me 5 to 7. Give me 3. Give me 2. Like, I love I love a young person. Like, I do. Like, they're just so delightful and lovable, and you can be as affectionate as you want to be with them. They want you to be. They want to get into bed with you, They want to, like, tug on your leg while you're working out, like
just be next to you, be in your space. They want
to be next to you and in your space, and it's really beautiful. I miss it like every day, every single day. I miss it, but I tell Jordan we're very open with one another, so he knows how I feel about it. I think I understand his perspective because he's very like mom, still. But I was a highly affectionate mother. Like, and I think for him, he looks at that, I think, as taking away like the independence that he does have. I think he sees it that way, and I think he'll come around like later, but I think he associates my affection with his independence. I think he does because he was just as affectionate as I was, And then I'm trying to think how old he was when it changed. It probably started to change like 9, 10, and then in each year it just progressed
until it was
Now
you bring up an interesting point, like thinking about independence and that's such a thing, like especially in communities where like children and they become older and you don't know what to expect, but you want to be able to just do whatever you want to do. So I can, that's such an interesting point. And so now, but how did you feel like every year? It's like, I'm sure it's just a blessing. And every time that Jordan gets older and like he changes, like to get to experience this.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a balance because you miss the, and then, but you appreciate, I love that he did that on his own. Or I love that he told me that he didn't agree with that. Or I love how he said, I didn't want to wear that. I wanted to wear this, so every year, this a new change. And you have to, you miss the nurturing that you used to, give, the physical nurturing, but you appreciate his growth and his independence. So there is a balance there where you're like in the corner, like smirking a little smile, like, oh, that is cute, cute. So, I miss my hugs, but that was cute,
Did he go through that I'm too cool phase? Like
he's in that.
He's
too cool for anything.
I'm too cool. Mom, don't kiss me.
He
Mom,
looks cool.
Don't. Mom, that's enough. Mom, you're embarrassing me. Mom,
he's too cool for anything. I say, Jordan, you are too cool for life. So what are you gonna do with that? We have this conversation all the time. Listen, you can't be too cool for life, Jordan.
Listen, my son is he just turned 9. And he's transitioning into that. And I, as a kid, I know that I was this, and I didn't think about it like, okay, well, one day you're gonna experience it, and I'm actually a really affectionate father. So I do all the huggies and the kissies and all those things. And I love on him hard.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, you could tell he's like bracing for impact. Like, oh God, he's going to kiss me again. He's going to hug me again. All right, that's enough. And he's getting into that place where he's too cool and, you know, all of that, you know, it's really interesting to actually be on the other side as a parent.
Oh, yeah.
And to see it.
Yeah. So I even think about too now as we talking about Jordan and you're, it sounds like every mom, right? The advice that we feel that but I also think about your point when you were saying that sometimes you do experience, you know, like people looking and you're like, well, we're living our best life. This is Jordan.
Right.
I'm sure there's things that maybe are different. And could you tell us a little bit, educate us in your own right of what do you think? And what's different? What's the same? What's better? What would you say? How would you describe Jordan?
Well, see, Jordan is my only child. So it's hard for me because he is my normal. You know, I don't have another child.
Yes.
So he's my only child. So this special needs disability life is the only one that I know. So I can't say how it's different. Maybe I can compare myself to my girlfriends and you know, my sister, how other people I know are as parents, you know. I'm definitely a little more helly mom.
Yeah.
Than they are, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I worry more, I think, you know, just compared. I definitely worry more. I think I want him with me more.
Okay.
As well, where I think some people, Jordan, he just turned 21, as you know, Ashley, and I think people are like, oh, you know, go get out, you know, and I'm like, oh, Jordan, don't you want to go to the movies with me?
Yeah, I still want him.
And he's like, no, Mom, you know, I still want to be with him all the time. And one of the Motivational Mondays we did, he interviewed me, and I said this in the interview, like, I want to be with you all the time, but I have to learn like that balance. And I know the natural order of things is, you know, to let you go or give you your room to grow and be independent. But I want to always be with you just the same. And that's, it's hard, you know, it's
Letting
really
go.
hard. Yeah.
Especially as like, you know, mom, caregiver, the person that gave life. And like you said, like the experience with your son was like a roller coaster from the beginning, right? Like, wow, like what's happening? What am I going to expect? And so what about now at this point, as you think about him, what does he want? He's 21. Like, where are we? You said he wants a little independence. Like, where does he see?
Well, you know, it's the independence for me has been baby steps. You know, it's been baby steps.
Well, before we even, I want for those who don't know and don't understand or haven't met or heard Jordan, what are some of the symptoms associated?
I'm sorry, we didn't even get into
so
that.
we didn't get into that, right?
I wasn't sure. I was like, well, you're kind of talking about your mom journey, but
I'm sorry.
but we do want to know.
Yeah, so let's go back. So, it's like a series of things that I guess seem random to me that are not necessarily cohesive, and nor has anyone told me that they are or were. So, he's smaller. So when he was born, he was 4 pounds. And his index finger and thumb share the same bone, so he doesn't have opposition. So this was like a big deal for, you know, his motor skills and milestones and, you know, things like that. He took longer to do a lot of things.
Yes.
But once he is able to do them, then he's like, he's got it, you know. And also his processing is different. So he shared this on a Motivational Monday as well. Like he'll, like, I homeschooled him, which was, oh my goodness.
Wow.
I'm so glad that's over. Listen.
You homeschooled him the whole way through.
I did.
Yeah.
That was tough.
That's
was tough on both of us. But Jordan, he has to read a story like three times. I'm like, read it the 4th time before you take this quiz or this test. So a lot of things, a lot of days, like he would be working in high school. Oh, sometimes past midnight, you know. It was really time consuming for him. And this is regular ed. So it's like he can do the work. His teachers were really great if he needed any extensions and things like that. But while other kids were, doing some extracurricular activity, he could not possibly graduated having all these other things, all on his schedule. Like he wouldn't have been able to do it because he needed every moment of every day to focus on his schoolwork and to be able to graduate. So that was very stressful for both of us.
Did you try to do it by yourself, like yourself and him and
No, he went to like it was a private online
high school. So they helped manage.
But I was getting at was, what kinds of supports were there? Like for instance, I'm a speech pathologist. One of the things that I do in one of my areas is reading comprehension. So I teach people who might learn differently, various strategies that help them to build information so they can really understand what they're reading, right? But I know that there are a lot of people that would do their work better or more efficiently if they had some kind of support like that. So were there people like that were?
Yeah, so K through 8 there was, but high school, no.
Okay.
Like high school. Okay. No.
But he got through.
He did, but what they did do, they made if Jordan needed an extension for anything, they were really great.
So they were accommodating.
Really, really great with that. Yeah. And a lot of times it's like, listen, as long as you have it, by the time the semester closes, it's very like clock oriented. Like when that clock hits 11, 12 o'clock, midnight, and you didn't have something in, then that's it, So if I felt like he needed another day, I would just, call or email a teacher, and she was like, that's fine. So they were supportive in that way.
Okay.
But this particular high school did not offer. And my sister is in education. Well, my sister and my brother-in-law, actually.
Okay.
And they helped a lot,
Shout out to the family.
Yeah. So when I was going through this, like early on, like, my sister would tell me, just, if he needs to read it again, like, until, and so I was like, okay, so we can do that. So it just became like a routine, like, okay, so, and then, you have to read it again. Before you take any quiz or test. Yeah. So, but it was tough because I'm definitely tough. I'm very affectionate, lovey, huggy, kissy, but I can be tough as well. Yeah. Where my mom, who was a huge part of Jordan's upbringing, she's like the coddler,
Okay.
And I'm like, oh no, you're getting this diploma.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't care what time it is, Mama's like, he's up until 1 o'clock, and I'm like, I don't care, lady. He's
I can hear that.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah,
You're gonna get it.
It was your vision and pulling him through, and like you said, and it's been so interesting in this podcast to be able to see and hear the stories of individuals, because that idea of like persevering and like people waking up with multiple different personalities and having to like still go to work even though they're a different person and like still all of those things, there's that story. And what I think is so unique, as you were describing with Jordan, it's like we know about invisible disabilities, right? Like in autism, where there's nothing that you can see that would tell you this person has autism, and maybe then they start to interact socially, and that's where you can see, there's a difference. And in Jordan's case, his is a visible difference. However, his like cognitive skills and what you're saying, like he's in high school, he's in regular education, he's going forward, and now as you think about adults, so can I ask my question now?
Go for it.
This is my question. What about what does he see for, his adulthood now? Because it's like he's did the high school.
I know,
What's next? And what do you see? And
he wants to do a lot of things in the community, and Motivational Monday is the beginning of that. So there's a lot of things we have coming and cooking that I'm excited about that we both have wanted to do for a long time now, honestly. Wow. I wanted to get started when he was like 8, but I realized at that point that there was just no way. It's no way that he either is going to get this diploma or we're going to try to start this nonprofit. We cannot do both right now. And I was highly frustrated about that because I filmed things. I made PSAs and I started, I started the groundwork and I had to like do a reality check. Like, there's no way that you can do this with Jordan doing it with you and you be a full-time homeschool mom and a singer-songwriter. On my IG profile says like Jordan's mom, singer-songwriter on the side.
Right. Yeah, because it's taken front seat.
I can't be Jordan's full-time mom and a singer-songwriter on the side and try to do this nonprofit. I just felt like, you have to know when, and there are people, I feel like I'm great at multitasking. I feel like I'm weirdly fantastic at it. But when it comes to being a mom, certain ways that you can cut corners as a multitasker, you can't do that with that particular job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do a full concert and I didn't rehearse in a month, I'm able to do that and I'm going to pull it off and someone's going to think that I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this is what I do. But you know what I'm saying? For certain things, you can cut corners for certain things. You can, a friend of mine would just write his research papers like that the week of, and he should have been working on it like the whole semester. Like, some people are just gifted in that way, but you can't do this with being a mom. So, I had to recognize that I can't do what I want to do, like the superwoman. You can't do that. Like, you have to be realistic and like really like give yourself a wake up call and say, this is the most important thing, is getting him over this hump. He wants to do it. I know he can do it. And I can't really do much else. That was really hard, honestly.
To do.
When you want to do a lot of things and you know that you're capable of that and you're like, but this isn't about you and your wonderful abilities that you think you have. Like, this is like, you really have to, you know what I'm saying?
Can I just say that Vivian is over here dropping all the mom gems. I'm just gonna say, like, because like you're speaking to me.
I'm speaking to you.
Yeah.
She mentioned a couple things, right? So being a superwoman, being a singer-songwriter, right? I want to know, has being a mother to Jordan influenced your artistry?
I think maybe not in the way that people think so.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of how.
Well, you said something. You said something. You were talking. This aside, because we just had this deep conversation over here.
Okay.
Like, this is not the first dropping gems you're doing. You've been doing this all day, since we've seen you. But you were talking about just the duality. Like, if anything, I'm sure it's influenced how you like manage your career.
Or even in terms of process, not necessarily I'm going to write a song about whatever topic, but just in terms of how you approach your work or how you think about your work.
Has it changed anything?
Has it changed anything?
I think, how do I explain this? It's so many things are coming to mind, and I just, sometimes everything just kind of rushes to the front. I start rambling. I need to organize.
Feel free to ramble. Feel free to, I got time.
Okay, so the creative process part. I guess Jordan's been around for 6 of the 7 albums, right? So I had to learn how to do this like quickly. So before that, my creative process was like, I allow myself to be completely consumed in creating. Like, but once you have a child, you can't be completely consumed in it, especially not all of the worry. I'm sorry that, with Jordan, it's like now you have this other part of your mind that's always thinking, is he safe? Is he okay? Is anything, like constantly, and then, but you also have to write some songs to connect with people not related to that. Like, that was an adjustment, it was. And I think I started writing songs at 11. So just think from 11 to 24 is when I had Jordan. So just think, all that time I'm used to my creative process being a certain way. And now I have this, it's different. It's totally different. Yeah. And I was very aware of what I was saying. You know, like I do care about the representation of myself as a mom. I do care, and some people don't, you know, and you know, but I'm talking about me, so I'm not trying to diss anybody, but I do care about that kind of stuff. And I know Jordan cares too. Like, this is a funny story. We went to the hospital one day. Like, at one point, Jordan saw like 7 specialists. Like, it was like neurology, plastics, oh God, why am I having a brain fart? I'm sorry.
Like, is this a certain type of doctor?
Yeah, I don't know why I can't. Why it's not coming to my mind.
It's okay.
But anyway, it was 7, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we were at the hospital like all the time, right? And for just follow-ups, and like I shared on my page, like it was always like nothing was happening. Like they were just following him. If that makes sense. Like we just want to follow him, but like nothing, they weren't doing anything, but we were always there. And that comes with a certain just stress of being. I hate the hospital. You
have to be there so much.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to be
and
there
I'm
all the
sure with
time.
him having a rare disorder, it's like they
just
wanted
like,
to also just like follow up and see, and like we want to be here so we know what's happening.
Yeah. So this was, I guess, 2000, I don't know, 8. So Jordan's 4, and then like 9, 5. Whatever I had on, he did not like. Okay, like it was like
the story heats up.
Asymmetrical, like sweater, and like my shoulder was out, so he kept like pulling my sweater up. And then one time he said, "Mom, you don't have to wear heels to the hospital."
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I said, "Does that make you uncomfortable?" He said, "I just don't see why you have to wear it. Like, you're not at work. You're just like, you know, at the doctor with me. And like, I don't know why you don't have to like be all like, you know." And I said, you know, it's not that deep to me, Jordan. So if that's how you feel, then I won't dress up at the hospital anymore. You know, now some people be like, well, I'm still me. But it's really not that serious to me. Honestly, I feel like at that point was still pretty early on, like in my career. And I was really trying to figure out, navigate what it means to like be an artist, like at the core of my gifts, not that part, but the other part, the artist.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Like when I leave the house, I have to look nice all the time. And I was still kind of in that mode where I felt like every time I left the house, I needed to look the part because someone's going to recognize you and you don't want to. So that's kind of where that was coming from. It wasn't necessarily the heart of who I was. And so when he told me that, it was like no problem. I'm like, okay, you're first, you come first. So if you don't like that, I'm not going to do it. I can still be presentable. I don't have to look like I'm, you know, walking off onto the runway. So that was an adjustment, you know? It's
like they teach you. And like just that moment, like you can rest. Like it's okay.
Yeah. So that's something that changed because the first album, like I was always at the bank with 4-inch heels on and stuff like that. Like, you know, and then when Jordan came, like you know, when he was old enough to articulate these things, and he didn't like them, I said, okay, all right, I get that. I don't need to. I can walk around like a mom, and I don't need to walk around like I'm on all the time. So that was an adjustment.
That's a big moment. And it seems like you said to yourself, "I'm a mom first," right?
Yeah.
Like that's like the shift. Like, you know what?
And the good part about it was my natural self. I'm not like that anyway. So I think it was almost for me like a relief.
Yeah,
permission to be you.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's
like a subconscious relief. Like that. I didn't even like to do that anyway.
Permission to be you. Mom, just go ahead and be you.
Yeah, and now your son tells you it's okay, and to have that space.
Yeah,
and it's amazing how it's like there's so much like joy, laughter, moments that are found like in those.
Yeah.
we're talking about being in a hospital.
Yeah.
Many people
Right.
go, oh, I can't believe you're
Look
in a
what comes
hospital.
out of being in a hospital,
that's-
right?
Right. But like you said, like, and to have that moment there and to see him really thrive past that, but also teach you as you're teaching him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that also translates into, and naturally I'm probably pretty conservative anyway, but I'm always mindful of like, you know, what I have on. Like, even if I am like performing, like I'm never going to just, you know, expose it all. Like, I'm never going to do that. Like, like I said, I'm probably naturally more conservative anyway, but I do think about, you know, half the time he's right on the side of the stage. Like, I'm not going
standing
to
there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it keeps you constantly thinking of like what you're presenting to other people. And when people think of me as Jordan's mom, like, there's certain ways I do not want them to ever think of me.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely.
So that's a part of it. And that also comes into like how I present myself physically and also musically, you know?
Yeah.
So you're not going to find like, you know, me saying certain things, you know?
Yes.
I know nowadays, like, using a lot of profanity in music is very in. You know, every other word or note is F.
Right.
You know, it's like, and I haven't given into that. So these kinds of things are important to me, and I always think about, you know, what would Jordan think about that? He probably wouldn't like that, you know. And again, I understand people who feel like, but I still have to. You know, I still have to be me, whatever that is. If I'm a Playboy model, I don't care if I have kids. I still have to do that. That's fine. But I'm talking about me. So I just want to make sure I'm not judging anybody else. But I'm talking about me. For me,
this is your story.
It is important, and I don't feel like it means I can't be myself.
You can still.
Absolutely.
And we all.
Because all that other stuff is not me anyway.
It's not,
and
right.
These are things that a lot of, oftentimes, artists compromise themselves to do these things in the first place. Or they did something that someone suggested or someone pushed them or coerced them to do that they didn't even want to do. You know? And this happens all the time. Whether it's how you're dressed, your hair, like, I mean, what things you say in lyrics, like there's some very often people saying, oh, you should, because this is in, and you should, you know. So I have not given into any of that, and I don't even know if it's been to my benefit, like as far as my career goes, but it's definitely been beneficial to my soul.
Right. Well, like you said, to get that feeling of relief and like, and it's across, you know, you're sharing your experience as an artist, but my experience as a professional woman, same concept. Like, we have to like make this certain, you know, part, and I've got to be like this. I need to be, I'm Dr. Ashley. But at the same time, like, my kids, they like humbly remind me, like, no, you're my mom.
All the time.
All like, you're my mom. Like, that's first.
All the
so
time.
It's really something.
I know you're fancy and important, but right now I want to play.
Yeah.
Right now I need to go to the potty.
Right.
Right now I have these needs that, you know, this is life.
Yeah.
This is life.
And now fast forward, because we're here in the present, and Jordan is a 21 year old.
21.
Not 24. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Give a couple extra years.
21. I'm 21-year-old, young,
21-year-old,
handsome. I mean,
legal.
mind you, his hair is like, I was looking at the video. I was like, look at
swaggy,
it. It's like the
stylish,
line, his beautiful dreads, just an awesome young man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I do that. I'm little.
I was kind of wondering.
Not only does she sing,
Vivian also does hair, like fly dreads.
He's put together.
So that's his natural hair color too. I'd say he's
beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I mean, really. Every Monday I'm looking at his hair, and I'm looking and just seeing how.
We're like,
awesome.
you're going
jealous.
to.
Yeah, and his glasses.
and
his glasses too. And so now, so then I have to. Then I know, because I saw his video where it's all these friends and all these people, and Jordan, you're so great. You're so this. Yeah. What about the girls? Or the like? What's up there? Is there a shift, or like how does that work for him?
Listen.
I hate to bring it up.
Listen. I am so not ready. I'm not ready. I think Jordan is on his. Well, he's had 2 girlfriends.
Okay.
2. which to me is a lot. I tell Jordan, you have more girlfriends than I had boyfriends when I was your age. I said, so how about that?
Right.
A lot of times I like to remind Jordan that he is going through the same things that everyone else goes through.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
even sometimes, like, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't that interesting how you're
And he has
right?
some
It's
charm.
like
He has some charm. He has some
Yeah.
charisma. You better expect that. There's going to be more.
I know.
Yeah.
He's like all the way swagged out. I cannot take it like at all. And it's also natural,
That's the piece.
yeah,
and
it's
I
just
tell
natural.
people, and they're especially like, for my clients and their parents, and you go on this journey, and then it's like all of a sudden, your son, turns 14 and their voice starts to change.
Oh my goodness.
Or like they're experiencing a menstrual cycle, and they're a young woman who maybe can't communicate, but they're still like maturity and nature continues. So you're seeing that this is him. This is his nature. He's moving in and dating and just thriving.
Yeah. So his first girlfriend, it was so hard for me, guys. It was so difficult.
I'm not ready.
I try so hard to be a supportive mom, and sometimes despite my initial urges, reaction that I have like inside that he's not hearing, but that's really what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to do this. I try to really support him. So when he first told me about her and they wanted to have their first date, so I have to be involved in this, and then the other parents have to be involved as well. So I'm like, and I'm like, of course, I'll support you. But inside, I'm like, I do not want to do this.
Yes, of course.
Like, at all caps, at all. I don't want to do it at all. But I always want him to feel like I support him. And as long as he's not, in danger, or he's not doing anything inappropriate. Right. And I guess he was 18. Yeah, 18. That was 17. That's the age.
That's the
age, right?
That's the age.
So I'm like, it's not anything wrong. It's not the wrong time.
Right.
I just don't want to do that.
Yeah. And so often it's like,
and it was really hard.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends is a therapist. So I said, listen, I need that free sister session.
Yes. Right. Help me out, sis.
Because I know I have to do this, and I cannot explain to you how much I don't want to do it. Like the core of me, I don't want to do it. But I know the better part of me needs to override that and support Jordan, because for a long time he thought that a girl would never like him.
Right.
That he wouldn't have a girlfriend.
Right.
So
now he's on to number 2.
Yeah, this is like, we're going on to number 3. We'll get to that. Listen. So it was really tough. Yeah. This was one of the toughest things, I think, for me, was like the first girlfriend, the first date, like meeting up and meeting. It was so hard for me. Like, I was like screaming the entire time inside, but like I said, fighting.
And could he tell that you felt this way?
I'm a fantastic actress when it comes to Jordan, not like in real life, but like with Jordan,
So he couldn't tell he didn't.
No. I think I have really mastered like making him feel supported, even if
he's gonna know now.
I'm not with it. Like,
like, Mom, you were upset about that date?
He does not watch my interviews. I'm so uncool. He's not gonna watch it.
He's not even worried about it.
He's gonna watch it.
Jordan, we want you to watch this, okay? Just
you need to have a conversation with Mom.
Watch this.
Yes.
But,
and that's amazing. And I didn't say that as like a brag. I say that as from a place of gratefulness.
Yes.
I'm grateful that I have mastered making him feel fully supported and loved while inside I'm screaming. I'm grateful that I know how to do that. Like that is a blessing. So I never want to make it look like it's like it's not a brag. That's a blessing to be able to do that. So
absolutely.
So
I'm driving to the meetup spot, and I'm just like dying inside, But I really liked her mom. Okay. And she was older than me. Okay. She had like
the girlfriend or the mom?
The mom.
Okay.
The girlfriend.
Just being clear. I mean,
she had kids.
It's a free life.
No. She had children my age.
Okay.
So it was kind of nice to to talk to her and just get her perspective on this whole journey, because she was her last child, Jordan's girlfriend, and I just don't want to, say names.
No,
absolutely.
So it was actually it ended up being a nice experience for me, and we were like over there, and they were like over there, like in my line of sight. But it was hard, it was, and then when that didn't work, I'm like, Jordan, you have to make sure are you being a jerk? What happened?
Right. And you have to go through all of those.
You have to go through all these things. And I'm like, Jordan, lessons. These are the same things that people go through.
It's the same.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the thing. It's like, and people don't always realize it. And I think that's why we want to do the podcast.
That's why we want to do that's the exact reason why.
It's life,
right.
It's life. Like, no matter what you might be diagnosed with something, you might not. Yes. We have common experiences. We go through the same. Yeah, we do. Our mothers still freak out when we're going on dates. It's
so okay.
And I always tell him this, what you just said. I always try to remind him as much as possible that you go through like so many of the same things that other people go through. Maybe at a different time, maybe a little later, but like this is so, and again, you've had more girlfriends than I had boyfriends at 21.
Right. Yeah. You're actually winning.
And to think that you thought you wouldn't have one and no one would ever like you.
And all you have to do is be yourself.
And so when I'm screaming inside, like the supportive mom has to override that, because how good does that feel for him?
Yeah.
Right. You didn't think anyone would like you, and now you see that people do like you because you're just a great, beautiful person.
Yes.
And I have to let you have that. I have to drive you to this date.
Yes, and go there.
No, I'm dying inside. I have to do it.
Well, you bring up such a great point, and to hear that, and we talked to other guests who were talking about, like, one person was saying, like, and I think it was Pamela who was mentioning that she didn't even know like people didn't even know how long she was going to live. Right.
Yeah.
And so now she's like 30 years old and like dating and now she's married, and just that life. And like, you talk about like centering gratitude, and I mean, but it works both ways. I think in this journey, it's like us as mothers, we find that, but then also for our children as we're, moving forward, and parents, I say parents, because you're there too, George. Which is amazing. So I hope that it turns into that, Jordan moves forward and then you like stop screaming, and then there's a wedding and there's all these things and like it might happen and you never know. And so I'm looking forward to hearing all those amazing stories. And
absolutely.
I would love for you to tell us. I mean, I know that like you've spoken a little bit about like, different things like your spirituality journey at strengthening your experience as a mom, especially having a child that has special needs. What's next and what's now? Like, what's now? I mean, I don't want to say it, but we know you have an amazing podcast. You're doing so much. Like, where are you in this?
So like there's a lot that we both want to do, some things we want to do together. Some things are just Jordan's thing. Some things are just my thing. But yeah, like I feel like when I talk about things that I'm going to jinx them. So I just don't really always like to.
But you're on the journey.
But yeah. There's, we're on a journey. And I think this is, I know that this is a new chapter in my life. I think I'm at like a crossroads with what people think I should do or what they might feel they know that I want to do. And I think so many people are wrong about that. I don't know if I want to make albums for the rest of my life. Like, I don't know if that's my purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something that I love, but I want to do so many other things that are not related to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the beauty of life is that we can begin again at any time.
And we have,
but it's to know that and to understand that and understand the power in that without making people around you make you feel like you're crazy.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but like in entertainment, I guess because people, I don't know, it looks glamorous. People envy it for whatever reasons they do. So when you say, you know, I don't know if this is something I want to do forever, like it's to be my focus on my, you know, the focus of my career life. I don't know if that's going to be it. It's like, no, don't
there's a
say
frenzy.
that.
There's a frenzy.
It's like, why not? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you probably should take it as
It's
like
all
people
the time,
enjoy your artistry, right? People enjoy you as an artist.
Yeah, but right.
And it's more selfish, right? So it's like, oh no, I don't get to hear Vivian anymore, right?
But I don't even know if I'm saying that. I'm saying that perhaps you will, but it's because I want you to. It's not because
it's about you.
But it's about
all that I'm doing.
It's
like,
what you're feeling.
You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. Like, I don't.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that I think is so special about life, right? Like we have that ability. Like if you want to sing, you can sing. If you want to act, you can act. If you want to direct, you want to just stop. And I'm Jordan's mom. That's it. And that's what it is.
And it's
and whatever you do, you know, I know that there's a covering that you've got and you're doing such amazing things. And I just look forward to kind of seeing and following you on this journey and many more moments. And I just want to thank you for what you're doing for moms, what you're doing for, you know, moms who have children with and adults now with special needs and what you're doing to set up Jordan for what we know will be a successful life. So
Thank
thank
you.
And
you know, there's so much purpose in that, you know, there's so much purpose in that. And I think we can get caught up in, you know, we live in the West. There's like individualism is like a big deal. Like you should be able to do what you want and what makes you happy. And, you know, it's all about you, and all the things you can do and accomplish. But it can be a very selfish point of view, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't always cover what you can do like outside of you. Like, what if part of my purpose is like, to some women who went through some heartbreak, okay, you make them feel better. Yeah. But what if there's something bigger? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't mean
No
bigger.
limit.
I don't mean bigger like necessarily like financially. I mean,
Right.
what if there's something spiritually
Yes.
bigger
That you're supposed to
that
go
you're
to.
supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
That is so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
much
like you
bigger than
said.
this boy broke my heart. You know?
Yes.
And even like
Yeah.
now, just like at this point in my life, at my age, like I'm like, I don't even want to hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
evolution.
that does
Yeah.
nothing for my soul,
Right.
even, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, and when I read the comments, the Motivational Monday comments, and not to diminish in anything that I've done like previously, like I've had people tell me that, you know, this album, that song changed their life, or they were able to leave their husband because of this song and they were abusive. That's a big deal, I think,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't take that lightly at all.
Yes.
But the things that I read under Motivational Monday, it's just a different thing.
Yeah.
It's a different, and you know, and I tell Jordan, like, listen, you are a digital age kid, you know, so you may not get it, but you have to really read some of these comments, and I want you to take them
The impact.
all the way to heart, because this is the big deal.
The impact.
Like,
yeah.
You
This
are
is
changing some people's lives.
Yeah.
Like,
Thousands
you're
of people's
making
lives.
that part, and
yeah.
making people understand their self-worth because they see that you know yours. So that is so much bigger. Like, you don't understand like what that is. Like, that's something else.
Yes.
And so it's something else.
Giving people
And that's
permission to
okay to
thrive.
say, you know what, this was that. And you know, maybe whenever I want, I'll do that. But there's something else happening here.
Yeah.
And
know?
like you said, like
And
that
it's-
calling, like that idea, like, and that just the magnitude of what
it's
this
something
journey
else.
that you're on, and even describing it to start at pregnancy.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
it's a journey for sure. And
Yeah, it is.
From the beginning.
I can't wait to meet Jordan because I just want to see him and
Shout
meet
out
him.
to
And
you,
thank you
Jordan.
again, Vivian, for being a part of our
Oh,
podcast,
no,
for
thank you for
making our
having
first
me.
season really special.
Thank
We are
Absolutely.
just so grateful to you.
I'm so glad that I saw your message, you know, because I told you, like, I don't check them. just out of a habit, like before Motivational Mondays, this was, sometimes it's just nonsense in there, like, men in there. It's just like, I'm not, like, and I always feel like if you really have a serious inquiry, you'll find my manager, my agent, whatever. And so I don't go in there, because it's just like, I don't play in the DMs.
Okay, I slid in Vivian's DMs.
So yeah, I know.
I didn't even think about it, but I was like, I need to talk to this Motivational Monday. And I didn't even think, I just was so enamored.
No,
and
that's
like,
fine,
so
because I understand that is like the culture nowadays. And I was like, before we started, I was telling him like, I have such a hard time just, conforming to the way everything is now. Like I do have a hard time with it, so I think it is normal to DM someone. Like, it's just not as normal for me to open them.
Well, thank you for opening
I'm
my
glad
DM.
that I opened it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad I did. It meant a lot. And to see the work that, your mom started like the year I was born, I was like, that's amazing. Like they've been in it for a while. That's great. And it's generational and it's the family. I loved everything about it. I said, of course I'll do it. And I wanted it to be personal. And I wanted to come in as a mom, not as VG, but as a mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this is part of that bigger thing I was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is not an interview at a radio station. This is, because they're playing my record. That's something else. This is bigger than that for me.
Absolutely.
100%. And we see it and you exude it. It's going to be blessed. It's going to do great things. And thank you for going deeper than a disorder with us.
Deeper than a disorder.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.